9 o'clock in the morning. We're here in downtown Shanghai. It's early winter. This line behind me is all for crab soup dumplings, what I think are the city's best crab soup dumplings. So there's 60 or 70 seats in these two storefronts here, but this shop is going to sell thousands and thousands of soup dumplings today. But the thing is, it's not really what happens in these kitchens that makes the magic of Lai Lai Xiaolong. It's what happens in the factory a few hours away where they actually pick and process the crabs. We're going to go see that today with the owner. This area all used to be lakes and ponds. Now it's turned into aquaculture, and they farm fish, shrimp, and most importantly for us, crabs, hairy crabs, freshwater crabs. Over the last couple of years, the Lai Lai owners have been educating me about hairy crab. Now they've let us come to their processing facility 4 or 5 hours north of Shanghai to see how it's done. The hairy crab season, there's actually 2 seasons. It starts around the middle of September. That's for the females. They're better in the earlier part of the season. And then that runs through to November and December. And then starting in mid-November for the next 3 or 4 months, the males come into season. As it gets colder, the crabs are starting to get fatter. And the female crabs get fatter first. Their roe develops earlier than the male crab. We are here at the Lai Lai factory. They own the whole factory, the whole supply chain except for the farm. And we're gonna go in and see what they're doing today. They got 1,500 pounds of crabs that they have to get through today, process the whole thing before the day's over. Let's go see. You see on the table behind me, I don't know how many hundreds of crabs are here. They say there's about 500 pounds. This is only a third of what we're gonna see today. The crabs have to be processed very quickly. They come out of the water the night before, and then they're held overnight, steamed very, very, very early in the morning when it's still dark outside. Then they have to be picked and processed that same day in order to maintain the freshness and to avoid any of the fishy flavor. You walk into the factory, there are 30 people just picking the different parts of the crab. This is totally insane. There's just a mountain of crabs. They keep coming out of the steamer. They're doing 1,500 pounds of crab. Each pound has 6 or 7 crabs in it. So we're talking about more than 10,000 crabs being processed today. All of them are going to be picked and individually processed. So they have a lot of work ahead of them today. It's only 5:30 in the morning. They're not going to finish here until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon doing this whole process. These crabs are just being methodically broken down into their individual parts. Right now is all female crabs. They're coming to collect the legs. Then those legs are going over to the leg table. The bodies are going over to the body guy. Then they're going to be split in half, top and bottom. And then the body guy is going to send them over to the roe table. The roe table is going to scoop out the little bit of orange roe that's inside the body, which is really light and creamy. Then the other roe people are going to take out the harder roe that's in the top of the crab, which is not as creamy, but very savory. It's completely insane. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I don't think you can appreciate how crazy Shanghai and China is about hairy crab until you see something like this and understand that these 30 workers are just part of a massive industry. And this is just one operation serving 2 soup dumpling restaurants in Shanghai. This whole operation is set up to serve 2 soup dumpling restaurants. Insane. So then the next part of the process is that they're going to cook all of these different parts of the crab together with a little bit of pork fat. And that's called aozhi, the final product that's going to be sent to the store in Shanghai.
那这是那个最重要的，这个过程中的最重要的。我觉得还要对，这个往往要熬一段时间。我们这东西很花精力，对，要很花精力。那为什么你这样做？为什么你不从那个供应商买些？没办法保证， 我产品的质量。你说不赚钱也是很虚伪的事情，因为我呢到底60多了，你说我钱能带得走，我带不走的，是吧？有生之年还有多少年呢？我只是说想把这品牌延续下去，给孩子，给我所有的股东，因为这个东西，因为我在质量把控上面，我对质量是不能掺任何东西。
所以说这个蟹粉的加入就是提鲜，我认为这个蟹粉小笼包就是非常鲜的，然后不是口干的鲜，口干的鲜是味精的作用，我不是靠大量的调料去达到这个鲜度的，我要靠螃蟹的鲜度跟猪肉的鲜度融合在一起，它自然的鲜。我认为这个小笼包才是比较好吃的小笼包，这是我认为的，这是我心目中的小笼包。
One of the things the Lai Lai guys taught me is that a great crab soup dumpling should taste really just like eating a crab that's just come out of the steamer. That's the gold standard at Lai Lai. That's why they go through all of this work, all of this headache. Are they even a soup dumpling restaurant? I'd argue that they're a crab restaurant. Soup dumplings are just the packaging. The people on the street, they don't care, and honestly, they don't really know. They haven't seen the thousands of crabs a day. They haven't seen what it really takes to make a crab soup dumpling. But they can taste it. And they know that these dumplings are as close as you can get to just eating the freshest hairy crab, something just out of the steamer. And that's why people are waiting in line. Gusto. How was that?
Yeah, really good, actually. One of your best takes.